Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't
Today?
or cannot? Yeah.
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. I don't. Hey, you and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that.
I want to do something a little different. Instead of presenting my view and making a conclusion, I'm just going to pose a question. And the question is, if the Black Lives Matter premise that black people in America are being systemically oppressed is true, then why are black immigrants doing so well overall? Now, we know Asians outperform all major racial demographics, including whites in education and medium income level, but if you look at subgroups, Nigerians outperform Asians. Leslie Casimir wrote an article for the Houston Chronicle that gives plenty of specific statistics and shows the cultural emphasis Nigerians have on education in some of their own words. Farouk Uda, 32, a Nigerian-American physical therapist at Memorial Hermann Texas Medical Center, told her, "If you see an average Nigerian family, everybody has a college degree these days, but a postgraduate degree, that's like pride for the family." And Olunaka Olutoy, 41, an associate professor of pediatric surgery at Baylor College of Medicine, put it another way. The typical saying in a Nigerian household is that the best inheritance that a parent can give you is not jewelry or cash or material things, it is a good education. And it is expected. And economist and author Thomas Sowell has an interesting take on why low-income immigrant groups outperform the native underclass who seem to be stuck at the bottom. And his take is that the welfare state ideology is destroying the American dream. In an article he wrote last year, he notes, "Despite many who argue that black Americans cannot rise because of racist barriers, black immigrants rise. A majority of the black students at Harvard are from Africa or the Caribbean, and Nigerians are already markedly overrepresented at Wall Street investment banks and blue-chip law firms." Those in the media, in politics, and in academia who seem determined to blame American society for individuals and groups who do not rise would be hard-pressed to explain why immigrants of various colors come in at the bottom and proceed to rise, both in the schools and in the economy, on both sides of the Atlantic. It would probably never occur to those who are eager to blame society that it is they and their welfare state ideology who have, for generations, burdened the underclass with a vision of hopeless victimhood that immigrants have been spared. By the time various immigrant groups have been here for generations, they've already risen, despite the welfare state ideology that says they cannot rise. That so many in the media and in academia who proclaim the end of social mobility in America leave out the fact that the data they cite does not include various immigrant groups tells you all you need to know about them. And so, once again, I pose the question, if black people in America are victims of a system that's rigged against them because of the color of their skin, like Black Lives Matter says, then why are Nigerians doing so well overall?
Here is a great story for you. You're about to meet a New York whiz kid who has been accepted to every college he applied to, including all 8 Ivy League schools, and now all he has to do is choose. Harold Eke is a senior at Elmont Memorial High School. He joins us live now. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For all the parents watching right now whose kids want to go to a great college, how did you do it?
I would say I worked pretty hard. I definitely tried to apply myself and try to take advantage of every opportunity that was afforded to me in my high school. And I'd say I'm pretty self-motivated. I try to, reach out to my teachers, and I was very involved in school. So I think those are the
So more than just doing your homework.
Yeah, definitely more than doing your homework. You have to be very involved, community service and artistic and things like that.
You know all about opportunities. You came to this country from Nigeria at age 8.
Yeah, 8 years.
And in the beginning, could people understand what you were saying?
No, not really. I spoke with a very thick accent, and I'd say it was difficult trying to adapt to the new environment and absorb everything, the new culture. But my parents set a very good example for me and my.
And your parents were doctors or something like that?
No, they were just they worked at Target at first when
they were clerks at Target.
Yeah, they definitely struggled, to find stable jobs to support my family.
So now, as you apply to these Ivy League schools and the acceptance start coming in, what are you thinking?
I'm just shocked. I was really stunned when I got the acceptances. I think I'm very humbled by the entire situation because I get to represent my school and community in such a positive light.
Sure.
I see this as an accomplishment, not really for me, but for my community, for my school.
And what about
everybody.
And for your family too.
And
that's actually why you wanted to get into this, is your grandmother's Alzheimer's, and you want to try to find a cure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's my ultimate ultimate career goal of becoming a neurosurgeon.
I read one of the stories about you, and it said that what really blew away the admissions officers was your essay.
Yeah.
And you talked about coming to America.
Yes, I did.
Give us the thumb note.
Okay, so the main gist of the essay was about like coming to America and just like kind of struggling to adapt to like the new environment, but seeing my parents lead by example and being very tenacious, and like no matter how many times they'd get knocked down, they would always like keep going forward and persevere despite the potential to like succumb to the circumstances, and that's something that I really appreciated with my parents. And so I took their example and I started talking to the people like on the playground. I went to the playground and started speaking to them, and I tried to apply myself to the new environment and try to really absorb.
It's interesting. Instead of letting me wonder if they're going to accept me, you want to put yourself out there and say, I dare you not to accept me almost.
Yeah.
So here it is. Now you're on the cover of Newsday over the weekend. This is like the second, it's incredible. Now,
crazy.
they even got word back in Nigeria about your success. What's the reaction been?
They're very, very excited. Like my grandmother called me and she's like so excited. She's like ecstatic. So
okay, are you ready this morning to announce where you're going to go?
Harvard, Yale, Princeton,
come on.
Columbia, Cornell, or Dartmouth? Which one is it?
I'm not sure yet.
Or the University of Pennsylvania?
You're leaning towards
He doesn't
Yale.
want to let
right?
everyone down.
I'm leaning towards Yale right now because I competed at Yale last year at the Model United Nations Conference, and we actually won the best small delegation.
And when you grow up, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I like to become a neurosurgeon when I grow up. That's my goal.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hopefully
what a
you
story.
find a cure for Alzheimer's too.
I'll try my best. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right, just don't forget about us, all
Yeah,
right?
of course not.
Good luck to you, Harold.
Good luck.
much.
And let us know
Thank
your
you.
decision. We'd like you to come back after you announce and tell us what went into it.
Okay, sure. Great.
All right.
All
Thank
right,
you.
let the recruiting begin. Harold, good job.